Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Jazzy here. So we're going to read from. We're gonna read from Angels Unveiled. Okay, on the Islamic side, on the mystical side of Islam. Those of you that don't know, I am born Islamic, but I am more on the esoteric and spiritual, mystical side of it. Um, yeah. So I want to tap into this. And basically, I'm going to read from two chapters with you guys and make sure that my mic is rolling. About the angels. Angels are saying and speaking in tongues. All right, those of you that are familiar in speaking in tongues, it's like it sounds different for everybody. And when you unlock your soul's language, it could come in any form. For instance, for me, it's Akkadian, Sumerian, Arabic for me when I unlock my DNA. And it's very important to, when you first unlock your soul's language, which is your soul's tongue, to then start diving deep into it and understanding the text, the symbols of it is very important. So we're gonna get into this, all right? All right, let's do this. The Prophet Muhammad showed his companions the unlimited worship of creation by allowing them to hear the praise to God of stones, animals, and trees. All of creation constantly praises God and makes prostration to him. And unto God maketh prostration whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is in the earth, of living creatures, the angels also, and they are not proud. Human beings are raised to a most honorable level by being listed the angels. What is the angels shower special blessing on the human beings who remember. Hold on one second, guys. Let me make sure my microphone is close to me. All right. Human beings raised to a most honorable level by being listed the angels. That is why the angels shower special blessings on human beings who remember their Creator. And God boasts to his angels about them with the words, "Look at my servants who leave their pleasure despite themselves in order to worship me. Look at my servants who leave their pleasures despite themselves in order to worship me." That is something for one to reflect within. Okay. As you guys are familiar as well, there's south node, north node, right? When you're in your south node, you're engaging in beastly activities, okay, indulging in things that are not for you, are not healthy for you, are not good for you. I'm just trying to give you guys an explanation. And to be close to your Creator, it's you being in your north node. It doesn't matter what you have been, you guys understand the fallen angels. You guys understand that also Sophia, the context of Sophia. She was once lost in the lower dimensions. She was, doing things that she shouldn't have done, and she got lost, and the angels had to save her and find her way back up to the higher eons. And, on a non-spiritual sense, this is like a woman going through so much here on earth. Everybody has a past. Someone who has engaged in alcohol and drugs, just allowing their body to be used by one. All right, it's a very deep slot. And you turn back to your Creator. You understand? You turn back to your Creator, no matter what. However you guys call your Creator, no matter what you have gone through, you always turn back to your God. And when you are born as a chosen one, it doesn't matter what you have faced. There is that time, because everything is written, when you are going to wake up, step into your north node, and serve your Creator and do what you were always supposed to do, why you even came back down. And those that are familiar with past lives and reincarnation, a lot of you have many past lives. All right. Look at my servants who leave their pleasures despite themselves in order to worship me. Look at my servants who leave their pleasures And it's like you guys leave these flesh eating energies. It's like, and non-Islam, they say the rebel angel, the rebel, the fallen angels. Also, like they talk about in the book of Enoch too, like the angels that, decorate themselves, like the Jezebel spirit. This is very deep, man, very deep. Let me just get back into this. So those who say our Lord is God and afterwards are upright, the angels descend upon them, saying, fear not nor grieve, but hear good tidings of the paradise which ye are promised. The prophet said that God created special angels who roam the earth to find people engaged in his dhikr, remembrance. When the angels find such a group reciting his praises and chanting his names, they call each other and encompass that group in layer upon layer of angels until they reach the nearest heaven, the distance of which is in God's knowledge. Then God asks his angels, what are my servants doing? And you have to remember, you may think the angels are not watching. You may think the angels are not listening to you. They listen and watch you. Okay, they listen to every little sound. Everything that you are also saying in your subconscious mind, they hear you. All right? He asks not because he does not know, but because he wants the answer to be spoken out loud for us to know it. Same thing for like speaking your truth. Okay? Speaking your truth as a queen of swords, as a king of swords. Cutting through distortions and just speaking your truth. When the truth is spoken from the tongue, it is very powerful. So for me, as I'm reading this and explaining it to you guys, it's like it's not that the creator does not know what's going on. He does. But he wants it to be spoken from the angel's mouth. You understand? Because once something is spoken out loud, it does something to a vibration, to the frequency within the person. You're like, it's very deep from my point of view. So like the angel speaking out loud for the creator to know it, it also in a sense does something to that soul here on earth. When the angels speak to the creator, it does something to our DNA, to our insides. Once a truth is spoken, the creator will declare, hey, tell me what is going on with so and so, tell me what this, that. Okay? And when the angels speak to the creator and share what you are doing or what you have said or whatever it is, also if you're not on the right path and the angels see that, and and the angels tell the creator, it shifts your vibration as well, because then the creator will then also speak to the angels like, all right, so and so has to be like this, so and so has to be like that. So when you have a true connection to source, even when you were in your south node, when you were a true chosen one, that true connection with source, with Allah, the creator, however you guys call your God, you will always feel that connection. You will always know what needs to be done. And the creator knows that you know. And it's like they send from the higher eons, he sends down from these dimensions this energy that needs to be sent to you, to the Godhead, for you to see clearer, for you to wake up, and if you are on the wrong track, and you get these little inklings, okay, from whatever timeline you guys are on, you get these little inklings like, oh, I should be doing this. You know what? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. Sometimes you guys may get angry, blurt out things, and you take back your words because you understand. And the angels are also alarming you. Hey, don't talk like that. Don't say that. And it's like you're in true connection with source. And this is also from my experience, me being truly connected to my creator. Okay, at 34 years old. And I always was. I know how many lifetimes I had before this one. And I know how deeply, I'm not perfect, but I know how deeply I am connected to my creator. And when it comes to like different type of religions. Religion, I feel, is also meant to scare you when people are too fanatic with it, and that's in all forms of religion. It's just like, what's truly inside of here, man. The mosque, the church, the temples is not on the outside. Your mosque, your temple, your church is inside of here. Okay? In Sufism, your true connection with Creator is you sitting with yourself. Even the Buddhists, the monks, they sit with themselves to have that true connection with Source. Sometimes there's going to be some days where you can't do it, because this is also a spiritual warfare that we're dealing with as well. So it's kind of, when you're a true warrior, a true chosen one, you're fighting off energies as well. And sometimes you may get a little distracted because there's something that you have to take care of. Even from my experience, sometimes I'm on the track, I'm going. All of a sudden, something snaps, and it's like the angels set me to do something else. It's like I'm not in control of my soul or my body, of what goes on. It's very strange sometimes. So now let's get back into it. The angels answer, they are praising you and magnifying your name and glorifying you and reciting your beautiful attributes. God then asked, have my servants seen me? When the angels answer no, God asks, what kind of praise would they make if they actually see me? The angels answer, oh, our Lord, if they see you, they are not going to be able to stop worshiping you, praising you, and declaring their love for you. God then asks, what are my servants asking? The angels reply, they are asking for your paradise. God asks, did they see it? The angels reply, oh, our Lord, no, they did not see it. What if they see it? God asks. The angels reply, if they were to see it, they would be even more attracted to it, to the point of forgetting everything else in their lives. So, I always say, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. His name comes out of my mouth every day. And just the other day, last night actually, because I know I'm going through a big transgression, a big shift in my life. And I basically was like, and I know where home is. Home is also inside here, but I know where my home is. And I said to Allah, I said, Ya Allah, I just want to come home. If I've completed all my tasks, let me just come home. And it's like, because I know how beautiful home is, and the importance of being here on earth in this dunya is making the most of it, and also remembering who you are, and sharing the true oneness of the Creator to others as well. When you're a living testimony, you go through so many trials and errors. When you're a true chosen one, you go through so much. Who got you out of that? It's you and your Creator. Not many people will understand the true connection that you have with your source. They won't. And this is why we, as chosen ones, we love our Creator, because our Creator is the one that got us out of everything. He's the one that has given us the strength. In Islam, Allah, God has no face. He is in all time of space. I always say, my Creator is in me. My Creator lives in me. True religious Islamics will say I am wrong for saying that. But this is how I feel. Same thing with your angels, Mikael, Jibriel, Israfil, Azrael. They are always around me. And in Islam as well, they say you can't see the angels because the angels are so bright, and also the flames, also the heat that come because they're so from high up. But, and true, they say, one can see the angels. One can see the angels, and I've witnessed the angels through my true meditation and activation, through sitting down. Okay, and they came to me several times, and I drew out what they looked like to me. I sketched it out. And the other day, last week, it was Monday or Tuesday, I was sitting in the park, and it was cold. I did not care. I was grounding myself. And I was listening to a soul's language activation of Christ consciousness, right? And I was sitting down, all of a sudden, like that frisbee, but like the horseshoe kind of frisbee. I see this big bright light, right? And my eyes are closed, and I'm in deep trance. See this big bright light, and out of the big bright light, this frisbee thing flies out, drops to the floor, boom. It opens up. It looked like a moth, but it wasn't a moth. And the wings started going, opening. These large gray wings with these eyes all over. Then another one drops, because my four angels that I always call out to, Mikael, Jibriel, Israfil, Azrael. Then another one drops. Same thing. Then another one drops. Same thing. Another one drops. Same thing. These visions, what my Creator allows me to see, I keep it to myself, but I want to share it to the world now, because I don't want people to feel like they're alone on this journey. You know, I'm meant to bring light in certain things, and so that one doesn't feel like they are going cuckoo or bananas. But the angels will, when Allah wants you to see, He will let you see. Okay? When you ask Him to also allow me to remember my ancient language, allow me to remember the ancient scripts, He will. And I'm here to tell you He will. You just got to ask. And if He knows that you are worthy enough to hold on to this knowledge and this ancient strength, this love, you will have it. All right. 16:16 on the timer it was. So, our Lord, no, they have not seen it. The angels reply, hold on. So let's go back. The angels reply, if they were to see it, they would be even more attracted to it, to the point of forgetting everything else in their lives. God then asks, what are they running from? The angels answer, they are running from hellfire, which they fear greatly. Fear the hellfire, where the jinns are, where the shaitan is, where the iblis lies. Those of you where Lucifer is, right? The fallen angels. Have they seen it? God asks. Oh, our Lord, no, they have not seen it. The angels reply, what if they see it? What then? God asks. The angels answer, if they see your fire, they are going to be more intent of fleeing from it, to the point of forgetting everything else in their lives. At that time, God says, oh, my angels in heaven and on earth, I am taking you as witness of my word, that I have forgiven them. One of the angels says, oh, my Lord, there was someone among them who does not belong to their group, but came to them for some other need. God says, if one were only to sit in the company of such a group, his sins also will be forgiven, and he has nothing to fear. God speaks to the angels and their replies from a heart-melting dialogue that encourages and uplifts the hearts of believers. God is telling us to come together and love and help each other and forgive each other, all for the sake of the fact that He created us and He loves us. The greatest kind of gathering, however, is the gathering where nothing other than God is mentioned or remembered among those gathered. Even to sit near such a gathering, thou not participating in it ensures one forgiveness in God's divine presence. Just basically you being somewhere. Even, you guys understand, okay? God mentions us in an exalted assembly and a gathering far better than ours when we mention Him. You have to mention your Creator. The following is what happened to one of the saints during his last sickness. He said, "Oh God, I felt afraid of you before, but today I am beseeching you. You know that I did not love this world more than you. I did not try to cheat and deceive, to hoard palaces and farms and properties full of fruitful trees and cattle and wells. But you know that all the time I tried to help the poor, visit the sick, help those who asked, welcome strangers, and care for your creation. A true servant of the Creator, no matter what you were dealing with at any time in life, a true chosen one, no matter what. You do these hadiths, it comes naturally. You know why you're here on earth. It's not for material gain. It's not what everybody else got wrapped up in their mind doing here on earth. No. It's way more than that. This is very deep. And I'm telling you, one will not understand your path. Okay. But you know that all the time I try, help the poor, visit the sick, help those who ask, welcome strangers, and care for your creation. You know that I was running to the angelic gatherings of good people, chanting and singing, calling on you. You know that I was seeking the help of your angels. Oh God, you know that my heart longs for you, oh my Lord, That pain of love in me takes away my mind and causes me to faint, and I cannot carry it anymore. At that point, he fainted. When he woke up, he continued, "Oh God, you know that I have a son who died as a martyr." You know what a martyr is. A martyr is one that also like a victim mind. A martyr is one that just keeps allowing these things to happen and keeps allowing their image of themselves be also what humanity thinks of them, in my sense, remaining as a statue, just remaining, yeah. So, fainted, oh my Lord. I have a son who died as a martyr. And he just told me in his angelic form that he had been in a gathering of angels, prophets, truthful saints, martyrs, and righteous people. Oh God, let me be in a similar gathering also. At that time, the angels surrounded him and became visible to him, greeting him and smiling upon him and encouraging him with kind words. He was seen rising in the air and calling out the names of the angels. He began to say, "That is Artiail, and that is Harail, and this is the angel of shadows, and the angel of the wind, and this is the angel of the unborn, and that is the angels of tears, and that is the angel of the sea, and that is the angel of thunder, that is the angel Jibriel, that is the angel Mikael, this is Ridwan, the angel of paradise, this is Malik, the angel of hell. Here are the angels of sleep and dream, the angels of provision, the angels of vegetation, the spirit angels, and the cherubim and the seraphim." Okay? Like I said, the wings, the eyes. Angels do not come like how man-made has created angels to look like. Okay, when you get deeper into your spirituality and your connection with Source, you will see. You will see, I promise you, you will see. "And those brought near, and the angels of the mountains, and Raphael, and these are the angels of the tree leaves, and the angels of the planet Earth, and those of the stars, and the moon, and the sun, and the galaxies." Then the saint began to speak in a language that no one could understand until he finally asked the angel of death to take his soul in order to reach his creator and be placed there as an angelic power. He died with open eyes, suffused with light. My sense is he didn't want to close his eyes because how beautiful of the vision, what he saw, the light. He didn't want to die with his eyes closed. God's speech to the angels and their replies from a heart melting dialogue that encourages and uplifts the heart of believers. God is telling us to come together and love and help each other and forgive each other, all for the sake of the fact that he created us and he loves us. The greatest kind of gathering, however, is the gathering where nothing other than God is mentioned and remembered among those gathered. Even to sit near a gathering, that, though not participating in it, ensures one forgiveness in God's divine presence. God mentions us in the exalted assembly and a gathering far better than ours when we mention him. Okay, part 3, the future. I'm going to see here. Now I'm going to start reading this. "The supreme horror will not grieve them, and the angels will welcome them, saying, 'This is your day, which ye were promised, a day when the heavens with the clouds will be rent asunder, and the angels will be sent down, a great descent. Then how will it be with them when the angels gather them, smiting their faces and their backs? After God created the throne, he created a trumpet, Sur, and hung it on the throne. Then he said, Be, the angel Israfil was." Angel Israfil is the one with the trumpet, okay? "He ordered him to take up the trumpet, which is like a white pearl in a transparent glass. He made holes in the trumpet according to the number of every spirit and angel created in the creation without duplication. In the middle of the trumpet there is an opening bigger than the sky and the earth put together. Israfil is able to stop that opening from top to bottom by placing his mouth over it. The length of this trumpet is 70,000 light years, and its body is divided into 7 trunks. God said to Israfil, I order you to blow this trumpet when I shall tell you. Israfil stands at the base of the throne and awaits God's order. Okay, he awaits God's order. He is so near to God that between him and his Lord there are only 7 veils of light. And another thing in Christianity and someone that's Catholic or Christian, whatever religion, that believe in the angels, they say that Mikael is the one that's sitting next to God, but really in Islam it's Israfil. Okay, but the 4 angels are the most powerful ones, which is Mikael, Jibriel, Israfil, and Azrael. All right. And there is Metatron. Even though in Islam Metatron does not exist, like the name does not exist, I know that Metatron is a real angel. I know. And the number 13 is very significant. Same thing, Metatron is also about transformation. Osiris, okay? The certain pharaohs, number 13. 13 is about being reborn. My father loved that number 13 as well. 13, 33, 24, 18. 18 is a powerful number. So, trunk, 7, it's a 7. God said to Israfil, okay. God said to Israfil, I order you to blow this trumpet when I shall tell you. Israfil stands at the base of the throne and awaits God's order. He is so near to God that between him and his Lord there are only 7 veils of light. One of his wings is in the east, another in the west. One encompasses the 7 earths, and the 7th wing is on his head to protect his eyes from the light of God. One day the prophet was sitting with Jibriel, and the sky opened. Jibriel humbled himself and appeared to fall to the ground as if prostrating, and an immense angel dressed in white appeared before prophet and said, O Muhammad, God sends you greetings and salutations, and gives you the choice between being an angel prophet or a servant prophet. Okay? The prophet answered, the happiest time of my life, when my Lord calls me, O my servant, O servant of God, I choose to be a servant prophet. And Jibreel revealed, God chose it from the angels' messengers and also from mankind. God is hearer, seer. There's the seers, there's the angels, there's the spirits, there's the messengers of Creator, the messengers of the angels. Okay, so it's very deep. Then the angel disappeared. The prophet asked Jibreel, who was that angel? Jibreel said, that was Israfil. Since the day God created him, he has not raised his eyes from the ground for fear of his Lord. Between him and God there are 7 veils of light, and if he were to pass only one of them, he will be annihilated. The preserved tablet whereupon the destinies of mankind are written lies before him. Whenever God allows for something to exist in heaven or on earth, that tablet is raised up, and he reads it. If a task falls within sphere of the angel of death, he orders him to perform it. If in my sphere, he orders me to do it. And if in Mikael's sphere, he orders him in the same manner. I did not think that Israfil will come down to earth before the day of judgment, and that is why I was afraid. On the day of judgment, God will order Israfil to blow that trumpet. Upon the first sounding of the trumpet, all bad things are lifted and taken away from the earth. Those are the day of resurrection. Wrongdoings and all that is related to it will disappear. The heavenly books will shine in every place. Angels will appear and reveal the places where they have been kept in the pristine state. The memory of heavenly teachers will become fresh again in people's minds. And one thing I will say, reprogramming your mind will change your life. Okay? All manner of good character, dignity, honor, mercy, and blood, it will make you remember who you are. Because remember, when we came back down, this was all a setup as well, to make us to forget who Source is, to forget who we are. Those of you that are familiar with Sophia, she had to find her way back to the Creator. The heavenly books will shine in every place. Angels will appear and reveal the places where they have been kept in the pristine state. The memory of heavenly teaching will become fresh again in people's minds. All manner of good character, dignity, honor, mercy, and blessings will be brought over the earth and become the norm. Angels will feel welcome to walk upon the earth for the first time. No one will have power to do any harm in the world. Belief in God and knowledge of spiritual things will become the daily conversation of everyone, young and old. It is starting now. Okay? This people waking up and the veil being cleared and lifted, it is starting now. Those that did not believe in anything, did not believe in esoteric, mystical, spirituality, spirits, jinns, these evil, good, bad, those that did not believe me, they are starting to believe now. Those that did not believe in God, they are starting to believe now. Those that don't even have, that aren't a medium or a psychic, believe me, God is showing them what us chosen ones have always witnessed and gone through, what we always see, what we always experience. Belief in God and knowledge of spiritual things will become a daily conversation of everyone young and old. Angelic light will increase upon the earth to such a degree that everything sad will become happy, everything bad will become good, everything poor will become rich, and everything ugly will become beautiful. Upon the second sounding of the trumpet, all beings in the heavens and on earth will enter a state of perplexity and become afraid. They will fall down on their faces and faint, believing the day of judgment has dawned upon them. This is described in the Quran. And I have more books that I want to discuss about jinns. And, I want to read upon topics that are really true. This is not because I am Islamic, not because I'm Muslim, right? I know why this is even in the past life. I even know why I even tattooed Allah on my back at 17 years old. It took me till I got into my North Node to truly understand why I ever got that tattoo. And Islamics and really religious Islamics will say it's haram. That was the first tattoo I ever got. And yes, in Islam they say, having tattoos, doesn't matter how many times you wash your body, your skin is still dirty. Listen, no. Only Allah can judge me. Only God can judge you because of what's in here. This is just a show. It's a show. And there's some things that on the religious side of my religion, that there's some things that I disagree with. And it's not because of anything else. It's just there's certain things I disagree with. This is all a test, remember. This is all a test on earth. Where, after everything you've gone through, where are you going to go to next? What are you doing here? As long as you find your way back to the Creator, that's all that matters. As long as you're being a servant to the Creator, that's all that matters. As long as you're being a messenger of the Creator, that's all that matters. As long as you're doing good and trying to do good. Mecca, can you get away, Mecca? Not right now. No. Okay? I just had to get that out there. Now, upon the second sounding of the trumpet, all beings in the heavens and on earth will enter a state of perplexity and become afraid. They will fall down on their faces and faint, believing the day of judgment has dawned upon them. This is described in the Quran. And the trumpet is blown, and all who are in the heavens and on earth swoon away, save him whom God willeth. And then it is blown a second time, and behold them standing waiting. The sound of the trumpet will be so awesome and terrifying that all beings will lose consciousness. The earth will begin to roll and heave. The stars will fall from the heavens. The light will disappear. The sun and the moon will lose their light, and all will be plunged into the abysmal darkness, into the abyss, into the void. The mountains will jump from their places and turn to dust, and rise as clouds over the earth. The water of the ocean will dry up, just as wind carries off chaff. So creation will be blown away by those cataclysmic storms. The good people will be covered with garments of light and mercy, which the angels will bring down in waves. The angels will smite all wrongdoings and shameful actions, and they will disappear like dust that must be removed from furnishings. in a huge palace. They will bring light and smile on those who believed in them, like parents smile on their children, as reassurance on that day. For on Judgment Day, there is no one who will not need the support of reassurance. Upon third sounding of the trumpet, God will dress and adorn all human beings with angelic power and send them into the throne of his servants. There they will inhabit that divine, indescribable light that enables them to reach the everlasting life of paradise. And I want to read, I picked out this chapter here about the beast of the earth. One of the signs of the last days mentioned in this hadith is the emergence of the beast of the earth, the Bat al-Ard. Allah mentioned it in the Holy Quran. And when the world is fulfilled against them, we shall produce from the earth a beast for them. He will speak to them, for that mankind did not believe with certainty in our signs. The beast is also mentioned in the hadith of the Prophet. Hudhaifa related that the Prophet said, the hour will not come until you see 10 signs: the smoke, the Dajjal, the beast of the earth, the rising of the sun from west, and the descent of Jesus, son of Mary, Gog and Magog, and the landslidings of earthquakes in 3 places, one in the east, one in the west, and one in Arabia, at the end of which fire would burn forth from the Yemen, driving people to the place of their assembly. Ibn Jariyah related from Ali that the words of this verse of the Quran, for that mankind did not believe with certainty in our signs, will be those spoken by the beast of the earth in his address to mankind. It will sort people into 2 categories and will brand every person on their forehead as either believer or unbeliever. And I want to say this, it's nothing against anybody's religion, but on the day of judgment, the Jews will have no tree to hide. They will have no tree to hide. And on the day of judgment, there is going to be gold. Okay, and the water will dry up. And I have nothing against. I respect all religions. But this is a prophecy. This is a truth that the Jews will be very afraid on that day. And they have, certain scholars in the that read the Torah and everything. They even say, some of them, the only religion that can't be defeated is Islam. And some of their people got upset that certain of these priests have said that. Like, how could you say that? Like, you're on our side. But it's just the truth. Abu Hurairah related that the Prophet said, and even how you guys call your God, some call their God Olodumare, right? I experienced every religion just to learn. Related that the Prophet said, but my God is Allah. I say Allah. That is my one and only. Abu Hurairah related that the Prophet said, the beast of the earth will emerge and will have with it the rod of Moses and the ring of Solomon. The ring of Solomon, King Solomon, King David. Okay, he is also the master of the jinns. He knew how to tame them. Allah gave him access to that. Okay, the Star of David. And it is very important to also wear hematite, iron, brass, copper. The jinns do not like iron, hellfire. It is very important to also keep iron in the house. You can put horseshoes in the house, railroad spikes in the house, for that reason. Barida related, the Prophet took me to a place in the desert near Mecca. It was a dry piece of land surrounded by sand. The Prophet said, the beast will emerge from this place. It was a very small area, Makkah. Ring of the sun from the west. Another one of the signs of the last days is rising of the sun from the west. The hour will not come until the sun rises from the west. When the people see it, whoever is living on earth will believe, but that will be the time when no good will do it to a soul to believe in them then, if it is believed not before. Because people will be begging for mercy on the day of judgment. If you do not believe in the Creator, Allah, on that day, I am telling you guys, He is going to show you who the true Creator is. This was explained by the scholars, including Ibn Kathir, that faith or repentance would not be accepted at that time. The door of faith and the door of repentance will be closed with the tremendous sign. And those that still chose to engage in wickedness and evil and wrongdoings, using bad to harm people, wickedness, trust me. Smokes cover the earth. I'm going to read this here. Allah said, that day when a manifest smoke, Dukan Mubin, will come from the skies covering humanity, they will say, this is a painful punishment. In 1945, that's my father's birth year, Islamic scholars thought that this verse might refer to the atomic explosion at Hiroshima. At that time, its mushroom cloud was the greatest cloud of smoke to date, but today's nuclear weapons can produce explosions which are thousands of times greater. Not only are these weapons much more powerful, but today there is also a potential for rapid, numerous missile launches in response to an attack, or even in response to a false alarm. Further, this verses refers not to a single explosion, but to a smoke that is manifest, mubin, and can be easily seen by everyone around the world. Thus, it will not be limited to a single city or country. The smoke will encompass the entire globe, indicating mass destruction. Abu Malik al-Ash'ari, related to the Prophet, said, your Lord has warned you about three things: smoke that affects the believer like a qatar, and it will affect the unbeliever by inflating him until it comes pouring out of his eardrums. Secondly, the beasts of earth. Thirdly, the Dajjal. In this hadith, the Prophet says that there will be an enormous amount of smoke coming at the end of the last days. When a believer breathes this smoke, he will feel its effect as a flu-like illness. This indicates that it is a toxic substance which will affect all believers, but not kill them. The Prophet did not say one believer or a limited area of believers, but believers in general, everywhere, will have a runny nose and flu-like symptoms when they inhale the smoke. This is another indication by the Prophet of the widespread nature of the smoke. When it appears, it will overtake the whole earth. Such a tremendous amount of smoke could come from several sources: volcanoes, noxious sulfur smoke, smoke from the burning oil, and from a nuclear explosion. In contrast to the believers, unbelievers will be inflated, will then burst and die. Contemporary science shows that in a severe blast injury, such as from a nuclear explosion, the body's solid organs, as well as the blood and other fluids, expand from the pressure of the blast waves. Which this increased pressure, they enlarge the compressed, the air-filled organs, like the ears, until they burst, as the Prophet said, inflating him until it comes pouring out of his eardrum. This phenomenon was not mentioned by any other prophet, so in this hadith, we see other example of the miraculous knowledge of the Prophet. As a mercy from Allah, believers will be spared. Allah does as He wishes, and whoever He wants to save will be saved. In the name of Nuh, one elderly lady was not on Nuh's ark. Okay, Nuh's ark. Yet she was not drowned by the flood. And let me tell you something. I was even trying to inspire people to wake up, get on the ship, on my Instagram, and trying to snap people out of the 3D, to take off their mask, face their jinns, face their shadow selves. These people didn't want to wake up. And it's like I was trying to save people. Hey, turn to your creator, do better, do better, do better. Nah, you can't save everybody though, baby. They gotta save themselves. So I just on my YouTube doing my thing, as I do for myself. I wake up, use, and my channel. I'm a jack of all trades, baby, and whatever me just doing this, if one doesn't show appreciation to it, it's okay, because whatever knowledge I'm sharing, it's all right. I do it from the kindness of my heart, but my energy will not go unwasted. I condense my energy. So if one doesn't appreciate what I am doing, it goes back into the circle of life, the star, and it gets recycled, and that energy gets back transferred into me. That's the way I look at things too. It's not one being selfish or thinking in a manipulative mind state. It's just, yes, a true spiritual soul knows what they're doing and how to reserve their energy. We don't want to waste ourselves. We don't. But we do what we do for the love of our Creator. We do what we do, however we do things, however we show up in the world. Just know it's our Creator doing this behind us. He's pushing us. And there's an invisible strength. You just got to find your way back to it. Don't get lost on this earth. What flood? Okay, so she was not drowned by the flood. When Sayyidina Nuh landed with his ship, he asked her how she survived the flood that engulfed the whole earth. She said, "What flood? I only remember that one day one of my cows came back from grazing with mud on its legs, and this had never happened before. This shows us that whomever Allah wishes to protect will be protected, and no harm will come to him or her. In the next life, Allah will save anyone who testifies to His unity by saying the testimony of faith. Shahada, ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadun Rasulullah." The mercy shown to the Ummah of Prophet Muhammad is from Allah's special love for the Prophet, for he is Habibullah, the beloved of Allah, making this a nation bestowed with mercy, Ummatan Marhuma, because of Allah's love for the most beloved of His creation. Allah will send all the believers to paradise. Abu Musa narrated, the Prophet said, "This people of mine is one to which mercy is shown. It will have no punishment in the next world, but its punishment in this world will be trials, earthquakes, and being killed." 48, 18, now 40. All right. These are books that I have. These are like really good books. They're not, these are from scholars. This is like real, this is all facts. Okay. And when you dive in deeper onto your journey and the mystical side of yourself, things will find you that you need. Okay. One thing I will say to you guys is, like, don't be afraid of the unknown. And when you are heading closer to the light and getting closer to your Creator, the jinn, the shaitans, they will come in many different forms. Within the mind, within the ears, they will come to try to get you off your track, to also instill fear within you. All right? And Allah doesn't gift people. I know I'm a medium, and I know who I am, and I don't have to sit here and say it on YouTube. But these powers that Allah gives one is for a reason. It's because He gives it to one soul so that they are able to guide themselves here on earth, and Allah knows that this soul, this vessel, is able to carry the weight of that, of being what He created them to be. Allah does not just give someone also the strength and the mercy and the power to send a shaitan and a jinn away just for no reason. He selects who He gives this power to. And you have to understand, not every imam, not every priest is a true priest or imam or hajj, however you guys say. They not really true. Some of these people are not truly working for the Creator, Allah. I will tell you that right now from my own experience. Some of these people, when they perform ruqyas, you know. You just know. And I've had my fair share of experience with that. But I will start reading about jinns and, demons and the angels and the heaven and hell more. I'm actually waiting for these. These are, old books that I found. These are great books. But true knowledge also comes from within. And the reason why spirit also, my spirit that Allah blew into me and my ancient ancestors bring me certain tools is because these tools are already instilled in my DNA. For instance, my Sumerian Akkadian language. Okay? Ra Ankantara. Ra Ankantara. Okay? Dra Ri Ush is words that I say. It's I'm even mastering certain things within the Arabic context, with the Sumerian Akkadian context, everything. And this is not a one-day thing. No, this is. And one does not have to have a degree to understand something that's already instilled in your DNA. So when you awaken yourself, and you already have these codes within your vessels, within your DNA, because Allah put them in there for you. And in your past life, you were something other than what you are right now. But now you're actually taking the building blocks and taking those blocks and building yourself to who you once were in these past lives, which may have been a scholar, a leader, a judge, a lawyer, prophet, priest, priestess. The list goes on. A lot of us are jack of all trades as chosen ones. All right. And one thing I will say is, don't believe everything you see on the internet, especially with a lot of people on the internet with the YouTube. There's a lot of false people on there. And I even realize, when certain things get sent to my timeline, I'm like, I listen to it and I'm like, this is a distraction. I gotta, get away. Because that's how the jinn and the shaitan works. He'll find you. Oh, he'll find you. Through power. Through the electricity. He will somehow get you. Just to see if you on your game. Okay? And I say to myself, I'm like a lighthouse. It's just me and my dog, and my dog Mecca and my cat Medina. I live by myself. I lived by myself for 2.5 years. My mom occasionally comes by. She stays in Rockland. She's here for a few days. She's going back. My mom has her own apartment 2 blocks away from me, but my sister stays there. But I live by myself, and this is the greatest gift that Allah has given me, because it has helped me to truly connect with Him and myself. And I am the keeper of myself and of the Creator and my angels. I am the lighthouse. And I'm saying this, sharing this with you, because some of you are the lighthouse as well. You are the hermit. One has to remain to themselves, to understand things very clear. The way the shaitan works too, when you are also on your journey and you're trying to heal, he will send in people. He will send in people on your path just to knock you down more. But Allah also will allow these things to happen because He knows that His child is going to come out of it. You got to understand, the Iblis and Allah made an agreement. In your religion, Christ and the devil made an agreement, right? But one has to remain to thyself to understand things, and because you don't want to miss where you're going to head. For instance, on the day of judgment, if you know who you are, you need to wake up. If you know what you carry inside your ancient soul, you need to wake up and start sharing your gifts and making people remember who the Creator is and doing acts of kindness. Helping people, sharing some form of insight, some form of wisdom. Someone pulling cards on an energy, it's not haram to me. We are seers. But the most important seer is this here. You just don't want to get lost and not be able to find your way back. And you don't want to try to find your way back when it's too late. You don't want to look back at your life and say, my God, I wasted my life. When I was 21, I got into a serious relationship for 9 years. I wasted my life. Then I got into another one, which was almost 3 years, wasted my life. And the man that I was first dating was my first serious relationship. I was 21. I was innocent. He stopped my growth. He stopped my growth. My life was consumed by a man, which was the wrong thing to do. You don't ever put a man before the Creator. You don't ever love a man more than you love the Creator. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the damn truth. And I had to learn that truth. That man did not love me the way my Creator loves me. I had to learn a lot, and I wasted so much time. So I'm here to tell you, do not waste time. And I'm 34, mashallah, but still, and I know I got all the time I need right now, as do you all. Burping, 56, 57. So yeah, it's like, don't waste your time, man. You don't want to. Let's see what this Rumi oracle. Accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources. I'm going to read that because when I split the deck, that was the first one. Let's see. $25. Trust your inner resources. Rise above time and space. Pass by the world and be to yourself. Your own world. Look how spirit. Wow. Everything I was saying. Be to yourself. Every time we face a difficulty in life, it presents us with an opportunity to turn inward and invoke our own inner resources for pure love that does not seek self-satisfaction. Nothing is impossible. In fact, we develop strength. When we endure difficult conditions, we feel the exhilaration of victory as we accept challenges by engaging our inner resources to overcome them. What is lost can always be found. What is lost can always be found. Because it's within you. What you think may be lost, they're saying. What you think, Spirit is saying, what you think may be lost is never lost. It's just waiting to be found. It's just waiting to be found, my love. The key is in you. If you are facing situations you know are critical to your success but feel powerless to perform, it may be because you feel the challenges are beyond your abilities. Sufi wisdom is guiding you to look beyond incidental events and not just react haphazardly, basically. Yeah? The divine pearl embedded inside you will help you overcome any challenge life presents. Most of the greatest discoveries have emerged from despair, loss, and heartache. Dear one, you are gifted with mental resources such as determination, self-worth, and kindness that make you resilient. You are capable of coping with adversity and pushing through challenges in the pursuit of opportunity. The seed of power lies in your ability to face the challenge, open the door to major breakthroughs, and leave nothing to chance. Dig deeply inside and use your strength to solve any problem you face. I am turning to my inner resources to respond to whatever is taking place in my life. It's inside here, guys. All right. With that being said, I'm going to end this. I may do a tarot reading, probably do some signs, I don't know, or an oracle. But I wanted to read this to you guys. You know, my channel is going to be about a lot of different things, a lot of different things. You know, and I know I'm supposed to share a lot. You know, and there's a lot. There's a lot. All right, and may Mikael, Jibriel, Israfil, Azrael watch over you all. Don't forget to call out to your angels. Don't forget to call out to your creator. Don't forget. And what I mean by that, don't just call out to your creator because you feel sad. No, you mention your creator every day. All right. And if you guys have any questions, you can comment, and I'll get back to you. Also, please subscribe to my channel so that my channel can start to have an audience where I can also engage with other souls through reading, through oracle, through tarot. You know, day by day, I'm doing my very best. 10108. All right. I'll talk to you guys.